Good morning, good morning. I just thought I'd do a quick video. So it's 8:30 in the morning and I've been in business here at the camera shop for 21 years. I absolutely love my job. I love my customers and my staff and all the people that come to visit us. It's the best job in the world. We literally, scan people's photos, make them look beautiful and print them and put them on the wall. But I thought I'd just do a video today because the COVID-19 outbreak from Friday to Monday has absolutely changed the whole world and the way we do things. So yesterday we wore face masks, for example, and some people think you don't need to worry, it's only old people get sick, and I like old people, and we'll have 50 to 100 customers who walk through here every day. We're always busy, and I'm just going to walk around and show you the shop right now because we're about to change it. And so it is currently just on 20 to 9, and at 8:30 we normally open the shop up, but what we're going to do is we're going to move the kiosk down the bottom of the store because we need to do social distancing. Like, it's just madness, but we're going to do a sort of an area down here where people can come in so far and not too far, because we need to stop this illness, because we don't actually want old people getting sick. We need to look after our own, and I think, times like this, you see the best and the worst of the people. People going out and bulk buying bread. I mean, this just doesn't make sense. It's only going to last for 3 days. You definitely should buy hand cleaner or something, but only just enough. So we use isopropyl alcohol, 70% and 30% water. You can just get that from paint shops. That's how we do it. But I just want to show you around my beautiful store before I go pull it to pieces, because I kind of feel like I had it beautiful and looking nice and full of beautiful products, and then just this whole world went crazy. So I'm just going to walk around and show you our store. So this is just a telescope box that I got out because we had a customer buy a telescope and they ended up upgrading it actually and getting quite a nice one. We've got the kids toy box here, so straight away we have to think about cleaning all that. We do it, clean it regularly anyway, but maybe even more regularly. So this was made by Mr. D, one of our best customers. Quite a cool little thing, the wood butcher. And so we have all our silver frames here. I'm going to show you around the whole shop just before we go change it. So the triple frames is great for like putting your favourite photos of the kids or something in like that. This is the new frames that are trending at the moment, which is very popular. It's actually a wrap. These are wrapped with like a textured vinyl or paper or something, but made nicely. These are actually made in Australia. So most of our frames are made in New Zealand or Australia. You get these silver ones are made in China, of course, but that should probably change. We need to start making our own products and buying our own products. It's our own fault. It's everyone's greed that everything was made in China in the first place. So, sure, you can buy stuff made in China, but they don't look after their own people. We need to look after our own people, so buy New Zealand made products. Make products yourself if you're in New Zealand. Here's some cool products. So these are all New Zealand frames. They're quite nice. And more silver frames. Some of them are a bit garish, but they actually look quite smart when you put a photo in them. And we always put a photo in our frames so you can see what they might look like. We put the same photo in all the frames so you can see the frame and not the photo, if that makes sense. We always have these little easy gifts. You could just slip a photo straight in there. Key rings, photo pens, they're great for Granddad for at work. Fridge magnets and bits and pieces. These are great products. Just to put because photos mean so much. We get that here. Photos mean an awful amount. So here's all the photo albums. Obviously, we sell a lot of photo albums. Just normal. This is me. And the reason we have photos of ourselves around the shop are not just because we're so handsome, but because we are the difference. It's us that make the difference in this store with your photos. We know what we're doing. We appreciate the meaning of photos. We do the births, the weddings, and the funerals. Photos matter. So we do, this is my niece, so we do gold ones, and then there's limited, I dropped one, lucky I caught it with my feet. We do pink ones and all sorts. This is quite nice. And yeah, just baby albums and things like that. This is an entire wall of New Zealand made frames. These are made by my good friend Jack Harrison at Harrison's in Tauranga. He's a good man, Jack, and so he started off door to door in like 1950s Austins, but his frames are beautifully made. He has a machine, he just puts New Zealand grown timber in there and they just come out just perfect every time. Never had a single problem with his frames. I've been selling them for 20 years. Beautiful, beautiful frames. Yeah, so what we do is you get a free photo with these frames, with these bigger ones. This is called a 599 moulding. And then the thinner ones, you just buy your foam, your thing additionally. But your beautiful frames, and you should print your photos. Very important to print your photos because people matter. I'll just show you behind the counter. This is the sort of thing we do. So up here, videos to USB, and you can see our prices there. Because of the COVID-19, I'm going to do a big special just in case we do have to work from home, so I can do videos from home. So you can see our prices here. This has been our prices for a while, so it's $29.99 if you do 10 or more. So because of the COVID-19 outbreak, I'm going to do a big special and Google advertise it online. I'm sort of going to do 1980s prices on everything to give everyone the opportunity to get a good deal, and so we can have some work and we can have, do those conversions at home and scanning as well. It's very, very cheap because a videotape can take 2 to 8 hours to run. Literally, they can be very, very long, a VHS, and we'll do that for any type of tape. But we'll do a Google ad on that or something like that. We do a lot of photo restoration. That's a photo of Warkworth that I colorized. That was a lot of fun doing that. That took a long, long time, but Warkworth's very dear to my heart. I'm from Warkworth, I grew up in Warkworth, and that's where the shop is here. So if I zoom in, the shop that we're in now, if you go up the main street, and so we go up the main street, walking up the main street, we are sort of in this area in the middle here, just around the corner to the left. That's where we are. I came over to New Zealand on the boat called the Matilda Wattenbach, and a few other boats, of course, because a few generations have gone past. But this was the minister. Oh, sorry, he was the captain on one of the boats, I think, or a minister, something like that. That's a photo we restored. One of my staff did that. Aaron McNaught, another local. We're going to run out of batteries actually. We'll do a lot of scanning. I'm going to do that on special. You can see the $1.98 each. I'm actually going to bring back 59-cent scanning, which is an old price we used to do a while ago. And of course we do lots of photos. This is my staff. Eileen's absolutely amazing. She's from South Africa. She brought her family over, and really good worker, very, very intelligent, and she's just absolutely been great actually. Poor girl, she just arrived and her mum passed away, so she had to fly back to South Africa, but they very much want to live in New Zealand, and just a great family and very fit and sporty, and we'll get her son as an All Black one day. This is my sister-in-law Carly, and she's been working with me as well for over a year now, and that's my crew, and just absolutely great crew. We have a lot of fun doing stuff for customers. This is our lab, cool little lab actually. It's actually a dry lab, so it's a very, very fancy inkjet printer basically, but it's not just an inkjet printer, it vaporizes the dye into the photo, so you get a high quality photo, and we run it on the highest quality settings, so you do get a good photo. This is the last photo out of our old lab, which is a wet lab, and this is the first photo out of the new lab, and it's better in every respect. This one on the right, and this is me just doing the last comparison. I did love my old lab, but the chemicals made me a little bit deaf, like all of us photo guys. But yeah, and this is the workstation. It's not currently on. This is where we do all our photoshopping and our scanning, and this is our machine that we print through. Yeah, and battery's going flat, so I'll walk you around. We have another duplicate station there that does the same thing, and there's another one around the corner. So we have 3 scanners and 3 computers for when we're busy. I'll quickly show you. This is our heat press. This is where we heat press t-shirts, cups, and we're doing mouse pads and all sorts of things really. Bulk cut photos, cut a couple of photos, and then we've got our area at the back where we do our framing and so forth. And just quickly, some of the things we do photo blocks, photo books, out of 12x12s at the moment, but we mainly do this one here. It's the most popular size. Metal prints, that's from the heat press. So this is a aluminium panel where it has a polymer coating on it, and again we vaporize with heat the dye into that, so it will literally last for a lifetime. You know, they're weatherproof. They come up amazing with a photo on it. Photo mugs. This is a photo of me at Ko-Fi Festival. We always dress up for fun, but that will be cancelled this year, you see. Like, it has really changed. Now this is me at conference down in Wellington, Olympus. Photo shirts, we're going to put a pile in there. We've got hundreds of shirts. I need to do a pile like in a Levi shop. Mouse pads and things. So there you go. And then we keep walking around. Down to the bottom of the store, obviously memory cards and things. And so just lots of frames. You know, the best thing you can do is get one of your favourite photos of your family or your loved one, or a holiday you went on where you did a selfie or something, and put it on the wall. Go to so many houses, there's nothing on the wall. Put your photos on the wall. That's where we do passports. Obviously, all of a sudden we're not doing passports. We've always done a lot of passports. Disposable cameras, very, very popular. You know, you get underwater ones. Kodak always the best, always have and always will be. You know, there is nothing you can buy in this world cheaper and it's a better deal. Everyone's like, oh, I can get a cheaper one. So here's a cheaper one here. So it's just got less silver in the film. So you get less range of colour. So it's always going to be better. You know, everyone thinks, and that's why China became so prolific at manufacturing, is they just did everything thinner and cheaper. Thinner plastic, thinner metal, and people thought they were getting a better deal when they weren't. They were just having to buy the same product more often. It's cheaper to buy the right product. We did lots of cables. You know, so these are phone cables, camera cables, charging cables, little tripods. We do tripods for phones and so forth now, and just bits and bobs. Binoculars, of course, being an optic store. Do a lot of binoculars. Cameras, there's Sony. Sony's very big right now. Our favourite is Olympus, do a lot of Olympus. We do 3 models. I'm actually recording with this one. This is an EM5, so there's an EM10 Mark III, there's an EM5 Mark III, EM1 Mark III. Very, very nice. Touchscreen stabilised, so if I move around it should be nice and steady. And funnily enough, if you're using any other brand, that's just not going to do that. Nikon's great cameras, very good. They have snap bridge, so every photo you take automatically just transfers to your phone. Any Nikon. Canon, good old Canon. You can rely on a Canon actually just to take a good photo. They're not flashy, they don't do anything amazing. In fact, they probably don't do half the things you want to do. But I tell you what they do is take good photos easily. So that's why you can use them to shoot weddings and so forth. The weird thing is I'm doing this video because I kind of feel like everything's sort of not ever going to be the same again, a little bit. Not the same. So I just thought I'd show you my shop that I love very much. And where we are, what we're doing. There's a Fuji. And here's just our stands that we put outside. And so here's our COVID-19 blimmin' sign. Do not enter if you've been overseas in 2020. Because some people just don't care. They say, oh, it's only old people. You've got people sneaking into the country via Fiji and so forth, and they just don't care. Well, they've spent so much money to get on holiday, they're just travelling anyway. Well, unfortunately, that's getting people sick. Good people are dying. Okay, GoPro. We're out of 8s. I own an 8 myself, amazing actually. The 7's also good. We've got more stock coming. We've got a special deal where you get a whole bundle of stuff included. Lens cleaning stuff. Batteries for cameras. Batteries for little things These are batteries for thermometers. They're just sold out because of COVID-19, and I do worry that the people buying them have got fevers, which is why they're buying batteries. And that's why we wear face masks. Crazy but true. Microphones, battery chargers, camera bags, telescopes, and filters. And so you've got different filters, just lens protect filters. You've got neutral density filters, so you could do a long exposure in the middle of the day. That's how you get the blurry waterfall effect, for example. And a circular polarizer. A circular polarizer will do that sort of effect. Excuse the reflection. See the nice dark blue sky. That's how we take passport photos. We use a polarizer to make them look nice, because everything we do want to look nice. So there you go. That's my little store. I love my little shop. I've been here a very long time. It was a Kodak when I first started in 1999, May 99. And I'll show you my certificate. And in 2012 we changed from a Kodak. The reason I did that is Kodak announced they were going to delete their cloud at the time, and I believe photos mean more than that, but all clouds that currently exist will be deleted at some stage. And I was talking to this lady last night. I said, what I do is I scan photos. She goes, oh, I've got so many photos, I want to scan them and throw them away. No, don't throw them away. She should give those photos to her sister, because she said her kids don't care about them. They might not yet, but they probably already do more than her. Photos matter. People matter. Protect your photos. Print your photos. And so I'll show you. That's when I first started working here. He tried to sell me Amway, but I thought, yeah. So there you go. So I've had a great journey. I've really enjoyed working here the whole time. This is not a sign-off video. This is just we're about to pull the shop apart. So we're about to get all of this, all the kiosks. All the kiosks are about to be moved down to this area so that we can do social distancing, which is very sad. But we want to be smart. We want to be clever. We want to outlast this, because we want to be here for another 20 years. Okay, so we've changed the whole shop around, and this is my after video, so I'll show you around. And so we've put all the shop apart. There's no more kiosks here anymore. Just had the head of our buying group turn up and see what we're doing, and she thought it was interesting. So we're doing this to protect our safety and the safety of others. You can see we've blocked off the ramp, and so customers can no longer come up here. We're doing social isolation, and I'll show you that. So we'll go down here. Down a little gap. There's a little gap here. We've already had a customer try to come through that a moment ago. So the reason we're doing this is there's many different people with many different beliefs about COVID-19, but we've had one customer today who's just arrived back from Australia. He just thought it was just a silly idea. That's why we're doing this social isolation, because it's very, very catchy. You know, you sneeze, it's floating in the air like a aerosol spray, and it, eventually it will settle, but where's it settling and so forth. So I'll show you what we've done with the store, starting from outside. You can see the town's quiet actually. Empty car parks is very unusual in Warkworth. There's a car park over the road, car parks down there. So this is our sign we have outside. So obviously the person that just got back from Australia walked straight past that. And so normally we've got a cabinet here, we've just moved it to block the ramp. And just little things here, so customers can still access this area and still get everything. We've moved the kiosk to here, so they can still use the kiosk. And we just serve them over the counter. Hey Carly. And so, hi Eileen. And the EFTPOS machine's here, and they can still do everything like that. And we've tried to do it as friendly as possible, but it is, it is a bit polarizing obviously for some people. And here's our little sign. So look after yourselves, look after your families, and because we don't want to get sick, and we don't want our old people to get sick or our vulnerable people to get sick. So look after yourselves, and we'll see you on the other side when this is all settled. An update. It's been a crazy week. So it is Friday, and we're about to close the store in about an hour. And just to give you an update, so very up in the air to begin the week. We sort of felt like nothing was going to be the same again, and you know, it had travel agents in crying and so forth. It was pretty stressful. But after our changes, it was a lot easier for us. We didn't have to worry so much because there's certainly people walking around who have travelled. We've had a couple in, and they just don't think it's a problem. And we worried about that because we're old customers as well. And so we clean after every single customer. And now that we've separated the store in half, it's been the best thing we've ever done. And we're very positive. We've had a very busy week every day. We've as busy as we normally are, actually. So people are still coming in and getting cameras and photo books and all that stuff. So thanks for coming and walk with. We just think it's amazing, actually. And you know, we're ready to go home and have a weekend and just relax. We're open tomorrow 10 till 2, but apart from that, we survived the week, you know, with this social separation. So hard work, Jacinda, but we did it and we got there. So good idea, and I think we all should do it. Don't go and panic buy toilet paper. You don't need to do that. You know, just look after yourself and clean like normal. Clean your hands, clean your surfaces. That's what we do. We use isopropyl alcohol. You're supposed to use 70% and 30% water. We just use about 90. And just quietly, you can get that from, you can get plastic gloves from the vets. You can get isopropyl alcohol from paint shops. And there's always a clever way of doing it. So there you go, a little bit different. And I just wanted to finish the week by saying we had a great week, and thanks for coming and shopping with us. We appreciate it.